Welcome to Accounting 101 Online. I'm John Bowen and I'm your instructor. The purpose of this video is to familiarize you with what we're doing, how we're going to do it, and get you started. Because you're probably asking yourself, what the heck do I do now? So that's what I'm here to tell you. So it's an online course, but it's exactly like my remote course. Now you might say, what's the big deal? Well, the remote course was there to replace or stand in place of the in-person class, but because of things going on, we did it remotely. What I tried to do is provide classroom-like narrated PowerPoints with worksheets and video solutions, because that's how I taught class. We'd have a PowerPoint that was the basis of the class discussion, and during class we'd have some worksheets to see if we could apply what we learned in that class. We're going to do the same thing online. There's going to be narrated PowerPoints, there's going to be worksheets to work through, there's going to be solutions that I'll present to those worksheets. Hopefully it'll be about as close as you can get to an in-person class without having to walk over to campus. All right? The course is going to be accessed through Blackboard, and then within Blackboard through McGraw-Hill Connect. You get Connect access by buying the textbook. When you buy the textbook, you're going to get an access code, and that access code will let you log in. Now, how do you do that? Well, you do it through Blackboard. When you go to Blackboard, you log into any attempt of an assignment. They'll take you over to McGraw-Hill's website, and they're going to say, either give me an access code or give me money. If you want to give money, you go right ahead, but typically buying at the bookstore is cheaper. We worked out a deal with them a couple years ago. I think it's about $100, and you get the ebook and Connect and everything you need, which is still a lot of money, but it used to be $300. So we'll be thankful that it's been reduced in price. Now, how do you get started? Well, there's a ton of information on Blackboard, just a ton of it. You need to use it, you need to read it, you need to watch the videos. If you're not going to, you're not going to know what to do. Don't email me and say I don't know what to do if you haven't, because my first thought is go read all the stuff. And I've got markers in there that can tell me exactly who's looked at it and who hasn't. So what are you going to find in Blackboard? Well, first of all, there's a video that says Introduction to Blackboard, and it's under Getting Started. I think you ought to read that, huh? It's about a 10-minute video. I took a lot of time, just like I would have in class, and gone through what's in Blackboard. So when you get to Blackboard, you're going to find a syllabus. Now, the syllabus is basically a contract between you and I, so you need to read that. If you don't want to read contracts, then maybe you ought to buy something from me. I'll sell you some swampland in the Ukraine or something. But read the syllabus, okay? Now, the detail then of what we're going to do beyond the syllabus in Blackboard is under two specific components: announcements and getting started. So you want to go to the announcements tab, read everything that's there thoroughly, watch any videos that are there very carefully, then go to the Getting Started tab. You're going to do the exact same thing. Read it and watch the videos. There's a tab there that says, what do I do now? How do I take the course? It's all laid out for you right there. There's also a video called How to Access Connect. You need to access Connect in order to do the course. Might be a good idea to watch that video, huh? There's another video called How to Do the Exercises. To get you, I'm sure, want to know how we're graded here. Well, for each chapter, I'm going to ask you to first read the chapter, then watch the PowerPoint, do the exercise and worksheets that you'll find there, then do what's called the Smart Book. The Smart Book is there to help you read the book. I know for a fact that textbooks are lousy reading. They're hard to read. You know they're hard to read. I know they're hard to read. To make life easier, to make up for the fact that they're difficult to read, there's something called Smart Book, which kind of helps you read it and answers some questions about it. If you do the Smart Book, which you're graded for, you go to the exercises. Now, exercises, you get 3 tries on every exercise, and you're graded on your best try. When you get into there, you'll see there's something called Check My Work, which doesn't count as a try. So watch the video on how to do the exercises. So all that is in Getting Started and Announcements. So your job when you leave here is to do that. So what are you supposed to do right now? Right now. Devour everything I've put in Blackboard for this course, please. Number 2, read the syllabus very carefully. Now there's some stuff in there about classroom activities. Doesn't apply to you. You'll know what that is. Get signed up for Connect. If you can't afford the book today, I believe McGraw-Hill will still give you a 10-day free trial. Sign up for it. Get started. Now, within the assignments, when you get to Connect, the first 4 assignments, 1, 2, 3, 4, are orientation little quickies. They're extra credit, but do them. If you don't do them, you're going to be behind. You're not sure going to be able to know what to do. That's a problem. Now, I find that the students that don't get off to a good start, it's because they don't spend the time and energy learning the logistics. How do I do things? It's all in Blackboard. So after you complete the 4 orientation assignments, you should be ready to go. It's time to do Chapter 1. What do we do in Chapter 1? Read the chapter, do the PowerPoint, do the Smart Book, do the exercises. You'll find there's a quiz and then 4 more tests and a final exam. And there's reviews throughout that will help you get ready for them. Typically, I find that students who take the shorter courses are those that are ready to go, really ready to rock and roll here. Well, you have to keep in mind here that this is a short semester course. Now, that means a lot of material is going to be crammed into a short period of time. Now you're saying to yourself, well, how much time could it take? Well, federal guidelines require basically 3 hours for every credit hour over a 15-week period. So the expected time you spend on an online class for a normal 3-credit course, multiply 3 times 15, and you get 135 hours total. Now, over the course of a 15-week semester, that's not too bad. Now, let's cut it down to a 7-week semester. Divide 135 hours by 7, and you're going to see it's about 20 hours a week. A 5-week short course, divide 135 hours by 5, you get 27 hours a week. These things take a lot of time in a short period. Well, the good news is, though, when you're done, pow, you've knocked it out. So there's no time to delay. There's no time to wait a week to get started. The due dates are aggressive that you'll find, but that's because you need to get done. As I said earlier, typically it's the students that really are ready to do this that I find enroll, and most do beautifully. So let's get going. It's going to be a great semester. You're going to learn a lot of accounting.